right, good evening and welcome. Tonight we're going to be playing Terra Invicta. Just received a large patch, and I don't know. Let's go with that one. Body text, excellent. Hey Joe. Let's do that. Show monthly income. I think yes. Use a random seed. No, that's only after saving and loading. Alright, so I labeled the stream Make the Aliens Pay and everyone else too. That's because we're going to be the initiative, who is profit-based. They're looking to make a profit off the aliens and everybody else, and that's tonight's goal. Joe, it goes well. How are you? Eight factions: resist, alien, submit, exploit, escape, cooperate, destroy, and appease. Alien is alien. They're just that is the alien. Resist is XCOM, essentially. Destroy is the humanity first. They are just all out murder aliens and everyone involved in aliens. Went to do a full random makeover and it crashed. That means it tried to select an option that either is no longer available or that doesn't work with another option. Submit is the servants. Appease, I believe, is the protectorate. Escape is Exodus. Wait, no. Which one is submit versus appease? Cooperate would be the academy, I believe. Huh. So, resistance, humanity first, initiative, academy, Exodus, 1, 2, aliens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. So cooperate is academy. So submit would be protector. No, protectorate is appease, and then servants is submit. Got it. That makes sense. But we're going to be the initiative. Is there anything on the Steam forums about your key bindings not saving? It seems Dictator for Hire is super excited about Terra Invicta.
We remember the day the stars answered, the day we learned we were not alone. As a familiar sun rose on an unfamiliar universe, some of us saw wondrous possibility and others existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon. Most of us didn't really believe them until it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty. In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Survival of the fittest has always been the game. Whether you're beating your enemy with a rock or a lawsuit, you have to be vicious to be the top dog. Because when you've worked for everything and you've fought for all you have, nothing will satisfy you except everything.
UFO crashes on Earth in Angola. All right.
Welcome, boss. The council has appointed you leader of our organization. I am Soren van Wyk, your chief operating officer. We're living in a time of great change. The alien arrival will transform our world, possibly beyond recognition, and we must be positioned to respond appropriately to whatever opportunities may occur.
All right. Unknown spacecraft has crashed in a remote region of our planet, not fully confirmed. All evidence we've been able to gather suggests that this is extraterrestrial in origin. We should send a counselor. So we have Clinton Hopper. This is apparently Seattle. This is Los Angeles, Denver, Minneapolis. This whole thing is Dallas, Atlanta, Chicago, Washington, New York. New York has gotten bigger. Seattle has gotten really big. And Boston. I mean, this is pretty much what I expect Vancouver to be anyway, so that's fine. I like that this is Seattle and not like Washington. Anchorage. And Honolulu. Okay. All right, so we have...
Standing by for orders.
Where are you from? From Indonesia. Okay. We have two...
Reporting in.
We have a scientist and a kingpin. Interesting.
Ready to go.
Oof.
Standing by.
It's kind of a rough start. Well, at least in both this and Shadowrun, there's Seattle lives in both of them, right? At least there's that. No, it is quite obviously Seattle. Look, Seattle. Now they mentioned that I could increase the UI. But it was just a check mark. Okay. Okay, so it has been a long time since I've played, so I'm going to be a bit rusty. First thing I want to do is I want to take a look at the available counselors that we have. So we have Ashmina, who is a criminal. She demands she gives us 1 money. She gives us 4 money. She does not tolerate failure from anyone. Suffers -1 loyalty every time any counselor from their faction rolls a critical failure on a mission. Ooh. Okay. And she's hard to kill. Enemy critical failures on a detain or assassinate will result in a human attacker's death if they are not protected. Okay. Untouchable. Too important in too important a position to be safely deleted. Any attempt to assassinate this counselor that has a worse result than critical success will give the assassin the marked trait, which provides a massive malice to the security attribute. Okay. Interesting, this guy started with a bunch of XP. Huh. This guy has veteran, so he has... former member of his nation's armed forces. Okay, he's a fanatic. Persuasion in nations where learning is 6 or less. Extra loyalty, minus investigation. He's an astronomer. He gives us science every month. He's an academic. And he's an opinion leader. So if the country isn't smart, he gets extra persuasion. If the country isn't something, he gets extra persuasion. What is the other symbol there? If the country isn't developed, he gets extra persuasion, and if the country is very authoritarian, he gets extra persuasion. Hey, Z Opposer. But he's a scientist that can't persuade anyone right now. So that's interesting. I'm going to give him 1 command so that if we ever end up with a market or organization that he can use, he'll be in a position where he can actually use it. Right now, he can only use a 1-star organization. Organizations are things that different counselors can grab that give them different abilities. Either give them extra stats or give them the extra missions that they can do. But they must have the amount of command points that they can actually take. And I lied. It's administration that they need, not command. Command is for fighting things. I took the wrong stat. He has 3 administration. Command is still okay for him to have because command lets us hold more countries. It's not a wasted stat. It's just not the thing I wanted. This gal can hold 9 things right off the bat. And one thing I'd want almost immediately, if I could get it, would be the Azeri Mafia, which I'd need someone from Russia, or I'd need to hold Russia, or a piece of Russia to grab it. But it would give me 20 money a month, which would double my current income and give me a ops point a month, which I'm gaining no ops income at all right now, and that would be huge. And she could control that. I just need somebody from Russia, or hold peace of Russia. Right now, there's nobody from Russia, so maybe I need to hold somebody from, or I need to hold a piece of Russia. The first thing I like to do before we even start the game is I like to try and hire another person. And one of the important missions that you want to be able to send your counselors on is something to be able to bring your fame up in countries. So one of the missions one of the important things for countries is public opinion. And neither of my current counselors can do public opinion missions. So we'd want somebody like an evangelist. Because they have a public campaign, which is good. That's the only thing they would be good for. That's their really only good stat for us. They have some command and some administration. The other thing they'd be really good for, though, is they would bring in a lot of influence. Right now, I think that's probably worth grabbing. We could wait and see if no one else picks up the other celebrity here from India. But they might. So I'm going to pick up this evangelist. Okay.
Standing by for orders.
Ready for my mission.
And then, Clinton, you are going to investigate alien.
We'll recon the site.
At your service.
So the alien ship crashed down in Angola here. He's going to go investigate it.
Standing by.
Your orders?
I'm here.
Our Kingpin does not really have anything that they can do right now other than cause havoc. So she can't persuade anybody. Because she doesn't have the skill to talk to people. But what she could do is she could raise unrest in a region and then coup the region and give it to us that way. That's something she could do. So one of the ideas about this game is you're playing a shadow organization that are above countries. Right now, we don't have any countries. So one thing we could do with her is look for a country that is currently in unrest and raise that unrest further, and then throw a coup and see what happens. Like, I'm gonna just send her to go ahead and raise unrest in Iraq.
What's the up?
I don't really have anything else for her to do right now.
Where do you need me? Reporting in.
I could... Well,
Ready
what she
for
could do
orders.
is she could just try and control a nation outright. So, like, I could send her to... Let's say I decide I want to control Russia. Like, that's what I decide that I want to spend my influence on trying to control, is the Russian nations. I could send her just to go control a piece of a Russian nation. We'd probably want to focus on Russian allies, so like Armenia, or Russian neighbors, like Azerbaijan. Or Mongolia. You know, let's just go and grab Mongolia.
Establishing control.
Hi, Hero Logic. Mongolia is a nation where not much is going on. It's not going to cost us almost anything to hold on to. So there should be no problem with that. And then I'm going to send Misa to go grab Kazakhstan. Why start outside? Because Russia is a big country, and it's hard to grab Russia directly. So it's good to grab neighbors around Russia, and once you have neighbors around Russia, you get a bonus to grabbing pieces of Russia. UN Security Council meets. The Security Council meets to discuss the alien arrival. Unfortunately, the hoped-for show of international unity did not materialize, with China, Russia, and the United States accusing each other of hiding knowledge of the alien crash, preventing full access to the site. While we have an opportunity to shape events, and even make the case directly to the nations of the world. However, with eyes of the world on these meetings, our counselors risk exposure. I am going to deliver our manifesto
We must
and
not
say,
only defend
essentially,
human lives from the
I plan to
aliens,
profit off of
we
everything.
must ensure those lives remain worth.
That's
They are
going
not
to
life force
expose
or
our counselors.
xenosapiens. They are demons incarnate. They and the traitors who support them will face our judgment.
So everybody currently knows about our evangelist.
It has always been true that we must leave the cradle if our species is to survive. If these aliens are indeed hostile, the time to go is now.
The Resistance, Humanity First, and Exodus all went, hi, we're here as well. They know about our evangelist.
Mission in progress.
Actually, they know about all of our
Mission
counselors.
in progress.
So everything we're doing, they currently know about.
Prepping for mission.
Prepping
But
for
by
mission.
doing that, I gained a whole bunch of influence, and I can recruit another counselor. And I'm going to pick up that other persuasion counselor, the celebrity that we saw earlier. So now I have two counselors that can raise popularity of places. Growing realization that we're not the sole sapient species in the universe is causing many fellow humans to see their fellow humans in a new light, leading to hopes that we can overcome capacity for strife to address this new alien arrival as one people. All nations gain one cohesion. Oh, I forgot to do research. Whoops. Okay, so we're going to assign some research. The top research is the research that all the factions are working on. Everyone can assign some amount of research to these. And actually, right now, I could throw some serious research into it. I say serious for right now, into it, because I have a scientist. No one is really going to have much in the way of research right now, except for Exodus and apparently the Protectorate. But I'm going to throw some my scientist into We Are Not Alone. The person that throws the most research into a project gets to choose the next project. And there's a gigantic tech tree to play with, so we're going to do that.
Here's what we found.
I've learned some information about the UFO crash site in Angola. Small bonus to our xenology research going forward.
We're out in
Wrapping
front
up
of this
here.
for now.
Completed the alien crash site objective. We've gathered some samples from the crash site and ready to investigate further. Numerous other groups are attempting to take control of the site. Competition seems likely. We've gained some research and we gained some influence. Okay. Research alien signatures. Oh, you can now obsolete projects. Okay. That's cool. So we're going to do that. The game wants us to do that. Allows faction to detect alien abductions on Earth. That'll be done by next year with absolute minimal work into it. As we stand up initiative operations, we are selecting our internal management team to help oversee our affairs. While we gather personnel from a wide variety of disciplines, at your direction, we will emphasize a particular specialty. Lobbyists and influencers. Monthly influence increases by 3. We currently gain 61 monthly influence, so that's really low. Scientists and engineer, monthly research income by 15. We currently gain 53 monthly in research, so also low. Officers and operators gain 50 ops. We currently have 15 ops, so that's okay. Or investors. Increase money income by 10. Now that would double our current money income, which is not bad. I'm going to go for the increased ops.
Our supporters are in place.
Okay, we gained a control point in Kazakhstan. That's good. Let's repeat and continue. Actually, no. We're just going to continue.
Our supporters are in place.
And we gained Mongolia with critical success. Good job. Okay, so where did you people place your stuff? Looks like the resistance grabbed a point in Italy. They were also trying to grab a point in Britain, or influencing Britain. They didn't succeed, though. Kazakhstan is not a great place in terms of a lot of resources that come available, with the exception of rocket boost. They actually provide a fair amount of rocket boost compared to other places in the world at this point in the game. Now, a lot of it goes directly to Russia because of their Eurasian Union. But as we control part of them, we get part of that boost now. We also now can direct how the Kazakhstan spends its economy. And what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to say that they're going to focus on their economy, focus on their welfare. Man, that cat is such a good mouser. So they're going to focus on their people for now, and we're not going to loot Kazakhstan. Now, funding. Spoils is direct loot. Funding is funding over time for us. So, I'm okay with them gaining funding. Spoiling would be actually looting the country, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather build up the country over time rather than directly looting the country. And we're investing in the military to try and reduce strife in the country so that it doesn't... the more strife there is, the less the economy works well. So we're going to work on that as well. Okay. Oh, interesting. You can't defend? There you go. You got go to... I want to send my scientist go to ground.
Going silent.
Reporting
So
in.
that they can be hidden from other factions. I'm going to spend a little bit of influence
We'll
and
be running
try
this place in
and
no time.
grab the
I'm
other
here.
point in Kazakhstan.
I will tell our story.
And then I'm going to
Ready.
send one of our two loudmouths to grab, or to
Establishing
start
our presence.
cheering the initiative on in Russia. The other one is going to start grabbing other points around Russia.
Shaking my tail.
Oh, we can rename counselors and stuff. So we're going to do that. Remove trait anxious. I'm not too worried about anxious right now. Let's just gain 2 administration. And sure, we'll gain affluent so that you give us 1 extra money a month.
Public opinion remains unmoved.
Hmm.
We are taking over.
Alright, we gained a point in
Failed to take
Azerbaijan
control.
and failed our role in Kazakhstan. That's unfortunate. Alright, well, let's
Taking
take the
control.
other point in Azerbaijan.
Standing by.
So I do not want the small nations to try and build their own armies. They want to try and fund their own space program, sure, but I don't want them to be trying to fund their own armies. It's just not worth it.
Establishing control.
Ready.
Hmm. I could go cause unrest in
We
Glasgow.
will bring
Sure,
it
go
down.
cause unrest in Glasgow.
Where to?
Have fun. So we're gonna keep trying to raise public
We'll
opinion
make
of
our
us.
appeal.
In Russia. Hi there, Cindy.
Our case remains unheard.
Wow. Rolled a
Their
critical
leaders remain
failure.
in power.
Our presence is growing.
Okay, at least somebody succeeded.
We still lack support.
And I didn't expect him to succeed. I just gave him a mission to do just to give him something to do. Like, literally, our scientist, I don't have anything for him to do. So,
Putting our people in place.
I just gave him a
Acknowledged.
control nation just to give a control nation, because he is not really good at anything else. I'm going to send him to go to Belarus
Putting our
to
people
try and
in
take
place.
over Belarus. He's got a
The orders?
40% chance to succeed. Joe is also going to go to Belarus.
Bringing them on board. Ready for my mission. We must persuade the people.
And you're going to keep trying to get Russia to like us.
we've moved the needle.
Hey, Russia. We gained a 10% bonus in how much Russia likes us. That's fantastic.
We have got our people in place.
Kazakhstan, now we have both portions. There we go.
We still lack support.
Failed your role in Belarus.
We've gained significant
But our
support.
scientist, Heterodyne, gained the other portion of Belarus. We've completed the alien signature project. There's no doubt extraterrestrial life has touched down on Earth. Many questions we have regarding its origins, species, and intent will have to wait. All that matters now is finding it. By cross-referencing reports of unusual events in the vicinity, with similar data from our global intelligence network, we've developed a tracking system to identify disappearances.
We've analyzed the samples.
Okay. Satellite footage and interview of local personnel have confirmed that at least one of the ship's crew survived the crash and disappeared into the surrounding wilderness. Our research of the debris has also confirmed that the ship was not assembled on Earth. Putting these two things together leads us to one inescapable conclusion. The alien is at large on our planet. A statement that sounds more appropriate for a popular entertainment than for an agenda of a World Economic Council. Further investigation has turned up reports of disappearance in nearby settlement. This raises troubling questions. What are they doing? Why, given that we have detected their presence? How long have they been acting while we have been unaware? Investigate alien abductions. Our understanding of the aliens is still extremely limited. While gaining a fuller understanding of their intentions and capabilities is still a priority, there may be benefit in learning where they came from. Research the Skywatch and Deep Skywatch, and then Alien Origins Project when it becomes available. While this organization has typically preferred direct military action, in this case it appears, unfortunately, there's no realistic alternative. We require further samples of alien technology, engage an alien force, and acquire them. Successfully engage an alien asset, facility, landed UFO, habitat, warship, or an army. Okay, we are currently leading on the we are not alone by a significant margin. Nobody else has put almost anything into it, so I'm going to back off and fund my own research. We're going to just go ahead and work on the energy lab, not because I particularly care about the energy lab, but getting it done gets it out of the way. No, we're not sending people in to get abducted. We're looking for people that have been abducted. Huge difference. Humanity First continues to try and steal Mongolia from us. I do not know why. Chiron Foundation. Potato, potato. How can you recognize them if you haven't been abducted? I mean, that is fair, I guess. Oh, you can stabilize nations. Interesting. I'm going to send you to go stabilize nations, then.
We'll make things safe.
Standing by.
We now have enough that I can
Bringing
pretty
them on board.
reliably grab a chunk of
I'm
Russia.
here. Taking control.
Securing our interests.
They are here to cleanse our sick world. The aliens are our saviors, and all who oppose them are enemies of the future.
She's a terrible
Protecting
person.
our interests.
Okay, we've locked down Kazakhstan.
Order is returning.
And we are slowly going to bring down strife in Kazakhstan. You may now appoint a faction chief advisor. With our management team on board, we can now recruit a core group of advisors to assist our interactions and oversight. Focus on economic development. National investment points we direct towards economic are increased. Steely-eyed men and women. National investment points in spaceflight and boost are increased. Call in the generals. Military and build army priorities are increased. Or emphasize aid, welfare, and knowledge. I'm going to do welfare and knowledge because that's going to bring up the overall state of this area a little bit better.
We have gained significant support.
All right, we now have
We've got
a
our people in
single
place.
point in Russia. And we are going to grab the Azeri Mafia organization for Joe. So Joe is now part of the Russian Mafia. Or a controlling part of the Russian Mafia.
Establishing our presence.
All right, so we're going
At your
to
service.
essentially try and grab everything that's in the Eurasian Union currently, which is Armenia, Kyrgyzstan, Belarus, which we have, and Kazakhstan. So Russia, Armenia, it's kind of XCOM but zoomed out. Yes, this is by the people that
Standing
made
by for
the
orders.
Long War game.
Bringing them to our side.
What's the op?
Okay, did you grab? You did. All right. For some reason, Turkey is always very highly contested. I'm going to grab Armenia, though.
Bringing them on board.
Your orders.
And our evangelist is going to continue to bring down strife
turn
in
down the heat.
Kazakhstan.
Things are cooling off.
She's not very good at it, but every little bit makes our...
The trick is not to look directly at what you're trying to see. Offset your focal point somewhere to the side of where you think you notice the movement. At night, the center of your vision doesn't work as well as during the day. I won't try to explain the science to you. What matters is you'll see whatever is out there. before they see you. Colonel Hans Castillo, advising conscripts in Colombia.
Scientists around the world have gained a full understanding of the Skywatch of Skywatch. Project Exodus contributed the most. The span of humanity has spent a great time, dwarfed by the span of the time humanity has. Oh, the span of the time humanity has spent in space is dwarfed by the time by the span of the time humanity has spent interested in it. Earliest records of the telescope date to the turn of the 17th century, with regular advancements made every century thereafter. It therefore follows that on the shoulders of programs such as SETI, we consolidate our research into a unified observation and surveillance program. Essie, you totally didn't die on your last mission out. You're just now Meki Kosa.
The Surat al-Baqarah teaches that in the creation of heaven and earth, a wise people may find the signs of Allah. Let us heed those words and join together as we take our search into the stars. Director Khalid al-Ashgar, from his khutbah at the first conclave of Muslim astrophysicists.
Existing in space is a different animal than merely traversing in it. If we plan to go from tourist to resident, we must adapt. Logistics require resupply missions planned months in advance, while engineering must cope with long-term exposure to solar radiation and the rigors of equipment maintenance in a vacuum. Likewise, our psychologists must develop a training regimen so personnel are able to maintain peak performance in an environment where up and down do not exist. We have, of course, been able to travel into space for some time, but now we must establish how to do so easily, regularly, and cost-effectively, and in far greater numbers than ever before. This renewed mission to space thus entails a mission to change many of our most fundamental preconceptions. Yet all these hardships are entirely necessary, for once we are comfortably beyond Earth's orbit, can we hope to exploit, not ultimately settle beyond upon neighboring worlds. Oh damn, they took it from us. I can't let that happen. I misread this. So we're going to throw more science into this. I didn't realize, I thought we had contributed 200 research, not 89 research. So we need to catch up to the Protectorate. Like, we don't need to, but I want to. And I think we can.
We're taking over.
Alright, we took Kyrgyzstan
Our supporters are
and
in place.
Armenia.
Our supporters are in place.
And second of Russia, and we're going to repeat that one. Which means we're going to take one of the Russian armies here.
Prepping for next mission.
UFO crashes on Earth. In Armenia. Alright. And Humanity First really is interested in Mongolia. New organizations are available for being acquired. Monthly income science plus 20, space program boost, and mission control. I'll get a 3% boost. Or landmark advertising. And whoever grabs this one gets a science boost, so this should go to our scientist. Alright, fair. Landmark advertising gives whoever gets it the ability to do public campaign, which is also good. So we're going to give that to our kingpin, which is Joe. So now she can go and talk to countries and be like, hey, we're totally good people, says the kingpin.
Let's see what we can see.
Ready for my mission.
In order to get... You know what? We're going to do a surveil on
Setting a watch.
Mongolia to see
Ready
if
for
we
orders.
can find that agent that's trying to do nonsense and make them stop. And then we'll probably end up declaring war on Georgia in order to consolidate Georgia into the rightful Eurasian Union that it should be.
Bringing them to our side.
That way we can bring them the
Eyes up.
Russian democracy. Whoa! Oh, Kyrgyzstan. I thought they'd done it on Kazakhstan. And I was like, but whoa. Rude.
We found something. We'll be ready for new orders soon.
We are taking over.
Alright.
We've
We
gained
have
significant
the
support.
Baltic states. Armenia. Alright, look. You guys need to quit trying to crack down and purge my stuff. Just stop it.
We'll be ready for new orders soon. We will be running displays in no time.
Standing by for orders.
Where do you need me?
At your service. Establishing our presence.
Wait, no.
Ready to go.
Where to?
Okay, you do
Bringing
that.
them to our side.
Where to? Ready. Making our case. Standing by for orders. Surveilling target area. Initiating recon.
Okay, so we have found our first bits of alien
The
life
dreamer in
form.
me wants to believe it would bring a golden age of advancement and prosperity for all mankind. But I'm a realist. I know better. Any race advanced enough to find us would be advanced enough to end us, likely without even regarding us. Commander Fiona Ayawade, NATO Symposium on First Contact.
Quiet assurances that humans have carried for so long are gone. The knowledge that we share the universe with at least one other sapient species has caused reverberations throughout our entire society. The very fabric of civilization is being stretched to its breaking point as conflicting voices shout even louder above one another. It falls to our leaders, current and future, to rally our thrilled and frightened masses. Now more than ever, we must come together as a people and prove to the universe that although we may not be at its center as we believe, we are no less important. Now we can choose what is going to be next. And I honestly don't know anything about any of the technologies anymore. So I am going to choose biotechnology. That is what I'm going to choose, and then I'm going to back off. Hey, Ripflex. Can now undertake alien flora. Excellent. I should decide what we're doing with our with Russia here. That would be important. Let's boost Russian economy. We'll boost Russian welfare. Work on Russian unity. Military, yes. We're not going to loot Russia. Funding, yes. Boost, no. Build army, no. Build navy, yes, because I want to be able to send my army overseas. Nuclear weapons, no. So we actually have a significant amount of boost at this stage in the game, like a huge amount of boost. Boost is used for sending things into orbit. At this point in the game, we have a lot. And boost is super important at this point in the game. Do I need to invest in getting more at this point? Not really. So we're going to try and fix Russia otherwise. Boost. Clandestine cells. How do we get to clandestine cells? 100% chance of unlocking. Okay, so we will just end up unlocking clandestine cells at some point. Because we're currently researching, we are not alone. No, we've researched, we are not alone. Clandestine cells. How the hell does this tree work again? Tech tree. Right. This is the big tech on top of it. So clandestine cells will at some point unlock for us to be able to research overall, because that big tech has been researched. And when it does unlock for us to research, we will throw every bit of researching power we have into it so that I can get a 5th agent. More agents you have running around doing things, the better off you are.
We hold no sway in their minds.
We're taking over.
We fail to take control.
Alright, humanity first. I'm really not pleased with you right now.
Ready for orders.
Reporting in.
Ready to go.
Acknowledged. Applying pressure on their people.
At your service. Establishing control.
Ready.
I'm here.
So there was an abduction here. Alien sighting, and we're sending our scientists to go look at it.
Removing our enemies.
They took Kyrgyzstan from me. I'm going to take it back. That's not how this works. There's the clandestine cells project. We are going to do that, and we're going to throw everything we can into that right now.
We've hit them where it hurts.
So we did a crackdown on Kyrgyzstan, which makes it easier to purge humanity first out of Kyrgyzstan, giving us
Recon
humanity,
complete.
giving it back to us.
We're having trouble envisioning the aliens as any kind of business opportunity.
Although, after a thorough investigation, it seems clear that the aliens are targeting and abducting individuals. Some animals are also disappearing, but this seems to have quickly halted. This raises a troubling question. While a handful of human abductions are, of course, hey, beautiful. Okay, love you. No large-scale threat, they do suggest that there may be objectives may be fundamentally adversarial to ours. We must investigate further. Research, given that our attempts to communicate with them have come up against a blank wall, our only viable avenue appears to be the data we have gathered on the alien abductions. Yes, we're looking at the space dollar. So I want you to go. Go here.
We have gained significant support.
Allows faction to detect alien contact with humans. Excellent.
Our people have taken control.
Alright, I'd like
Going
you to
into
go to
hiding.
ground.
Standing by.
What other nation areas should be mine? Uzbekistan should be mine. Let's go control
We'll
that.
be running this place in no time.
Where do you need me?
Defend Russia, please.
Making things safe for our people.
Ready for orders. I will try to sway the public.
Dictator, welcome back. You hear the game? It can if you have it on speed 1. Which is not how I usually have it.
Securing our control.
Initiating deep cover.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
So we're going to take over Ukraine. And I'm going to do it better than the
Our presence is growing.
AI usually does. I'm going to rotate the tanks in and out. Okay. Let's see. Monthly income plus 31. That seems pretty good. Monthly income, 1 influence. Not very good. Monthly income minus 6. Okay. Orpheus metals plus 4 to economy spending plus 3% to spoils. Space mining output bonus plus 3%. That's great once you get to space mining, which we're not there yet. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this on our evangelist, and she's now making us 33 money a month. Could also pick up either of these, the Emerald Fund or the Alkari's Fund. Neither of these are terribly great, but they do give us a bonus to spending on welfare, and I have all of my countries spending on welfare to make their citizens better off. Gonna pump up those space mining numbers. So I think I'm going to pick these up. Later on, I'll probably end up selling them, but I'm going to pick them up for now because, again, they boost up the welfare that essentially they boost up the amount of they give us a bonus to every bit of money that our countries spend on welfare for themselves. And I'm having each of my countries invest in their own welfare, so I might as well make sure that it goes as far as it can, right? Okay, the first guard's tank is going to back out. Now, St. Petersburg is up here, so if we have it go to St. Petersburg, it will heal faster. So we're going to have it go up there. Heterodyne you are going to repeat your
We'll bring
mission
this
there.
nation to our side.
Joe
Ready for my
is
mission.
gonna go to ground.
Hunkering down.
Standing by for orders.
You can actually never go to ground. That's fair. You are just too
We
loud.
must persuade the people.
Ready for orders.
Now, is this a country that should be part of my... Yes, they
We will
should.
bring this nation to our side.
I don't plan on having her forever,
Evading
but
pursuit.
she was one of the only people I could pick up at the beginning of the game that could do boost boost influence. Not influence, relations. None of my starting counselors could do it.
The people will come to our side.
Our presence is growing.
We're taking over.
Awesome. So we got both the points in Uzbekistan. And we want to say that we're going to ally with Russia. Eventually we'll be able to join Russia's federation. Is there a way to save, like, my custom... this. Is there a way to save this? So that I can... under the Nations tab. Apparently the apply globally button doesn't actually work. This is fine. Oh, it does. It just didn't show there. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. How about pulling out of the European Union? I wanted to do that. I need 156 days. Okay.
Ready for my mission. Establishing control.
Yes, I am
Acknowledge.
doing that.
Making our case.
What's the up?
I don't have anyone
Where
that
do you
can
need me?
fight the alien flora yet.
Making our case.
I'm here. Ready.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
We have moved the needle.
Things are stabilizing. We've moved the needle.
We've gained significant support.
Okay, January 1. I would need a ton of money to do that. Mascari Entertainment. Headquarters in the Warsaw region. Requires Poland. Requires Italy. It's really good. Prominent. Gives you the prominent trait. Interesting. Two Italy criminal factions. Does anyone currently... Everybody currently controls Italy. A butt ton would be... 2 more months. 3 more months. We're currently earning a half ton of butts a month. We don't have Georgia. We're working on converting Georgia to our side.
Reporting in. We must persuade the people.
Ready for orders.
I feel like Finland should join.
Establishing our presence.
At least they should drop out of
Ready.
the European Union. Currently, we're purple-ish mostly. We're Russia with this. We're trying to rebuild the Eurasian Union.
I will try to sway the public.
At your service.
Okay, couple more turns and we'll be
Restoring
able to
order.
crack down Georgia, and then we'll just be able to take it. How's our research going into clandestine cells? It's going alright.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
98% chance to
Violence
succeed
is
on that
abating.
mission. The only way he could have failed
We're
would
winning their
have
hearts
been
and
to roll a
minds.
1. Like, yes, he could have failed, but
We were unable to establish control.
apparently Heterodyne thinks Finland is made up as well. Is it Belarus? Wait, no. Baltic states, I want you to stop being aggressive towards Russia. Thank you. Also, you no longer see Belarus as a rivalry. Interesting. Unrest is high in Armenia. Did you guys lock that down? You jerks. Now I'm just gonna have to conquer it. Alright, fine.
Ready for orders.
I'll roll the tanks into Georgia if you want. If you really want that, I will do it. I mean, most of the time the Russians can't take over Ukraine, so I would say that it's pretty true.
Your orders?
It stalls out just like it has. In fact, half the time I played, the AI Russians end up getting their tanks blown up.
Bringing them to our side.
Alright, so... Is there any other countries around here that I think we should subvert? Can't believe tanks this big are losing. I mean, fair. You know what? Go and try and cause a problem in
People
Italy.
will rise.
Just have fun in Italy.
Reporting in.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Your orders? I will tell our story.
We believe we can join them as brothers and
Hey,
sisters.
we found the
If
academy.
we only convince them we are worthy.
Ow.
public opinion is moving in our direction.
We're gonna need bigger tanks. I'll whip up a design.
Order is returning. Their governments remain stable.
Take over the who?
We've got our people in place.
I mean, I need to focus on finishing one war before I can even think about taking over anything else. I would like this. It's not going to be there by the time I can pick it up. This would be amazing, though. The Crocella Biotech, plus 20 research, gives you a persuasion, 3 admin, and 2 science. That would be amazing to pick up, but I don't have the money for it. I am 85 science, or 8 less. I'm short money. Alright, I'm going to pull that tank out of there now.
Putting our people in place.
How close are we to being able to pull
At your
Belarus
service.
out of 110 days? Okay.
On Overwatch.
Your orders.
I'm here. I will try to sway the public.
Ready to go.
Initiating surveillance.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Things are cooling off.
We may be able to buy that organization I want. Alright, I'm going to send this tank in here. Hey, we got Finland. Humanity First will not leave my place alone. The game's like, hey, you should take Italy. Want Italy? Maximum number for loyalty is 25.
Standing by.
We don't actually know what Joe's real loyalty is.
Acknowledged.
Where to?
Acknowledged.
Ready for orders.
Ready to go.
Where are you looking at? Loyalty is down here. So, stats for loyalty is here. Yes, it's a question mark. So, That is a question mark. 25 question mark, because we don't know their actual loyalty. And I don't have anyone that can actually investigate
Where do you need me?
someone to find out
Your
a
orders?
solid number.
Ready for my mission.
Ready to go.
Standing by.
Yeah, I can't actually investigate people. I have no investigator. It's kind of awkward.
We'll make our appeal.
Standing by.
Standing by for orders. We must persuade the people.
Standing by for orders.
I guess I'm going to have you advise here.
Offering assistance.
Where do you need me?
And try and inspire Joe.
I'll ensure
You'll
their
probably
loyalty.
fail, but I'll try and make them feel better.
Offering counsel.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
Oh, you succeeded. Good. We have no idea how much that helped or
Mum's
where they're
last
at,
years
but
were a blur of doctors and treatments. By that point, every movement was painful. The one thing she loved was her aquatic therapy. Whenever I was home on leave, I'd take her to the pool for hours. Weightless, smiling, free. Commander Fiona Ayawade, during a psychological evaluation.
the old rules of aerospace cease to be when there's less aero and more space. Craft built for the purpose of traveling, transporting, and fighting in space have a greater allowance for versatility when friction and drag are no longer an issue. The materials can be more dense and designs can be more utilitarian. This does not, however, mean that ships built for space must be built in space. At least if we are to avoid the time-consuming and costly haulage from Earth. Oh, this does mean, however, that ships built for space must be built in space, at least if we are to avoid time-consuming and costly haulage from Earth, not to mention finding room for colossal factories. Once the sizable initial investment is complete, orbital shipyards will provide the essential anchorage for which commerce, construction, and combat vessels will be born.
Of course, there was an accident. Frankly, I'm surprised it took this long. Just get the recovery crew in there to salvage the gear ASAP. Worry about the bodies later. The delays are costing us. Chairman Soren van Beek, Internal Memo.
Internal Memo. That's our guy. The body. Worry about the bodies later. Leaving Earth is one thing. Colonizing a nearby world is another. Reliably and rapidly traversing the infinite expanse of space is yet another, and perhaps the toughest of these nuts to crack. Our current spacecraft and engines are capable of no such thing, at least not for any useful length of time. The major stumbling block is fuel, with our current sources constrained both by storage and propulsion limitations. It is a problem that the world's finest engineers and physicists have long labored to solve, and they believe they now have that a pathway to next-generation propulsion system is open to us. Efficiency is the foremost avenue. Increasing speed and longevity of propellant while reducing wear and damage to our ship's drive and nozzles. Now that the essential concepts are established, our researchers believe there are three possible paths. electromagnetic, electrostatic, and electrothermal. Each has its own advantages and will depend upon prior discoveries in other fields.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
The people will come to our side.
Able to undertake interplanetary warships project. Cool. Kharkiv region occupied. Heck yes. The global upheaval in response to the alien arrival has calmed somewhat, with various political and economic interests recognizing that whatever the aliens are doing, the end of the world is not immediately upon us. With the sense of emergencies fading, the entrenched power structures are reasserting their authority, and humans are spending more time worrying about each other than the aliens. In short, our moment to strike quickly is passing. Our councilors report that their missions are taking longer to plan and conduct, as they must navigate the old protocols for travel, security, and international contacts. We can still move forward, and some of our missions will have a greater impact, but everything will take longer to accomplish. Hey, Tankster. Love you too. Appreciate you. Folks, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. I'm going to go heat up my sandwich, so I'll be right back. Well, I'll give you one chair-related fact. The chair has never once lost a soldier in XCOM. True fact. Ukraine wants to end its rivalry with Belarus. Yeah, all right. So we're going to send our tanks home. Let them rest, and then we'll go and finish off Kharkiv. Or Kiev. There is probably a chair in your house right now. Essie, you might even be sitting in a chair. You are already in its clutches. Sorry. It's far too late for you. All right. I am $3 off of the Corsella biotech that I wanted. But we're close.
Reporting in.
Hey, I fixed it. Sorry, I was having headphone issues. There you go. You can now be part of the team, Dictator. Welcome aboard. Absolutely. Oh yeah, no worries. There is no trouble here. You might get, turned or assassinated, but it's fine. Everyone in the world knows your name. It's great.
safe.
Ready.
Because they can't go to ground,
I will
we
make
might
sure
as
they
well
are on
try
our
and
side.
make sure that they have the highest loyalty as possible.
Initiating deep cover.
Ready to go. We must persuade the people.
Going off the grid.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Okay, so we're letting our tanks heal up, and then we're going to take over the rest of Ukraine.
The people will come to our side.
And then we'll take over Georgia.
Things are stabilizing.
And then probably Tajikistan. Now there's going to be other things we can do, like unification. At the end of this year, we can start unifying countries with Russia. You claim Georgia? Hey, Blackbird. Doctor, you've been bitten by a radioactive shark. So I'm gonna get shark powers? Right? No, you no longer have no legs. Just like a shark. That is fantastic. I approve. Oh shit, are they reclaiming that? Oh no, it's Russia occupied. I was concerned there. UFO crashes on Earth. It's okay, it's in Spain. Oh sweet, I can buy that biotech company I want. Yes. Crazy expensive, also crazy good. Increases space program, boost, and mission control for everybody, or for our countries. And then if we are researching something to do with energy, we get a 2% increase on that as well. Plus, he gets a boost to his science. And, oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry, Coruscella. He gets 3 administration. So this takes 2, so he gets 1 extra admin. And he gets 2 extra science and 1 extra persuasion. Plus, we get 20 extra science per month. So that's just really good. And then grants mission advised. Like, I'm tempted to take this because it gives us plus 4% knowledge, and that just makes all of the investment into knowledge that we're doing for our countries better. Could get extra. Look, there are some really persuasive bald people, like Jean-Luc Picard. I don't need to name anyone else. Or Charles Xavier. I think I'm going to pick this up. It's not great, but I'm going to pick it up anyway. So, we'll do that. No. Cisco. Heckin' bald, I believe. Jim affording a small measure of comfort. This module confers a -3 malice to space control asset missions on this tab. Cost no money upkeep for the crew module's crew. So would that mean that it requires 3 extra mission control? Well, either way, we're not researching that right now. We're going to research alien methods so we can detect when aliens are interacting with things. But we're going to throw extra science into nuclear fission. We're going to throw extra science into outpost halves. Suhail organization. Gives you 16 money, 1 influence, 2 fighty. Okay. I'm not affording that for quite a while. That's fine. Excuse me. Alright, we're gonna give Joe Agitator. Gains persuasion where in countries where learning is 6 or less, and I think that's cohesion is 4 or less. Also gains an extra 3 influence per month. Our scientist is going to gain some admin. Hero logic is going to gain some admin. I'm a huge fan of maxing admin early on. Each point of admin lets you control more organizations. It also gives you more countries you can grab. Dictator for hire. Is also going to grab admin. Although Dictator, I really should grab a command, because Dictator is also the only person that can do stabilize nation. So that might be worth going for Dictator. Okay, we're going to start moving our tanks back into Ukraine. Hostile takeover. Yeah, but you have to be able to see them. And by investigating them. And I can't investigate. Like, I can't search for targets. Currently, no one. We need to hire someone to be able to do that.
The governments must fall.
Where to?
I'm here.
We are, and as soon as I get enough influence, I'm going to fix that, because now I can hire another person. I just need enough influence.
Making our case.
At your service. Headed there now.
Our only hope is to understand what the aliens want with us and determine how to satisfy them without losing our independence.
Hi, we'd like to capitulate. No, get out of here. Why did you end up over there? That was not where I wanted you to go. Prominent figures supporting us in Belarus have been caught in a massive public relations scandal. We'll just go ahead and just write it out. And we'll just raise influence in Belarus. They ate 4 people, specifically 4.
Things are cooling off.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
We were unable to instigate an uprising.
Trying to cause problems in Italy. It's not working, but we're trying.
We found something.
All right, we're going to take over the remnants of Ukraine now.
Lending my expertise.
Standing by for orders. Initiating recon.
I'm here.
Wait, no, not there.
I'm here.
Surveil that
Surveilling
location.
target area.
Your orders. I will tell our story.
Standing by. I will tell our story.
I will help them.
Setting a watch.
All right, candidates for counselor. We have a rebel who can investigate target activity, assault alien asset, but cannot investigate what I'm looking for is I'm looking for investigate counselor. But I also want I want investigate counselor. I also want investigate assault alien activity, and I don't know if those two exist on the same person. They might. They do with Quan Lu here. So I just need 60 influence, which I can get. This person has a lot of different things. She's famous, she's a hard target, so hard to kill, and she's government. So actually, this person is the person I want. Any strivers? This evangelist is a striver. Also a indulgent, anxious, opinion, careless. Yes, but I'm gonna pick up the other one first.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
I want someone that can... That's fair. Enemy depot seized. Offensive maneuvers by the 20th Guard has seized several intact military supply depots. Fuel, munitions, batteries, and other supplies are largely compatible with our armed forces. Russian troops are already helping themselves. Local commanders have requested orders for what to do with the rest of it. Send them home. Converted into our own uses. I don't need the repairs, so we'll turn them into training and recruitment. That gave us a 10% boost in building an army. Alright, so we're going to pick up this operative. They are, in fact, exactly what I'm looking for. The assault alien asset and investigate counselor is exactly what I want. And who would like to be our our fifth counselor?
Ready.
So now I can investigate counselors, and we're going to actually start with Joe.
We'll see what they're up to.
Where to?
Get a famous ghoul with the capability to open heavy steel doors.
Standing by for orders.
I'm here.
I mean, she's going to be the closest to that.
Ready for my mission. We'll make our appeal.
Where to?
So I have a couple extra points here that are just open cap, and I'm going to go and grab the Gulf states.
We must persuade the people.
The Gulf states
I'm
and
here.
Saudi Arabia are really good for
At your
just straight up
service.
money.
Ready for orders. Making our case.
Reporting in.
Reporting in. I will tell our story.
Where to?
And to
Bringing them
assist
on
with that,
board.
I'm also going to grab Oman. Oh, man. It is. We took control of the Kharkiv region and the Kiev region, and Ukraine has been obliterated. It's now just part of Russia.
We've got some intel on our target.
So next, we're going to move over to Rostov-Don region
We're winning their hearts and minds.
for no
We are winning their
particular
hearts and minds.
reason. Totally not
Hold no
stacking
sway in
up
the mines.
on the border of Georgia. Look, they didn't say how they were winning their hearts and minds. Just that we were winning their hearts and minds.
Our presence is growing.
Oh man.
We'll be running this place in no time.
Where to?
Alright, let's try and
Taking
capture
control.
Oman. No, Gulf
Standing
States.
by. We must persuade the people.
Reporting in.
Ready to go.
Assault alien asset. This one.
Going in hot.
That's not the one I wanted. This one. That one.
Taking it to them.
And then we're going to do declare war on Georgia next turn.
We have moved the needle.
Critical success? Hell yeah.
The people will come to our side.
Second critical success.
Score 1 for the good guys.
Yes.
We failed to take control.
Oh. Having uncovered multiple evidence of multiple livestock abductions sometime before the first correlated human disappearance, it seemed that the aliens have been observing us long enough to understand Earth's biological and social hierarchies. In short, they've steadily worked their way up the food chain. By analyzing patterns to species, location, and frequency, the subtlety or lack thereof, the proximity to settlements of recent disappearances, we can now paint a clear picture of their methodology. We can now detect alien contact with human.
The aliens seem to be targeting people in positions of authority.
Early abductions were all of lower order mammals, unremarkable except for their frequency. Over a period of 10 to 20 days after crash landing, animal abductions ceased, and human abductions began. Early abductions appear to have been random and opportunistic. Later ones have included statistically disproportionate number of individuals with high socio-economic status, suggesting they've adapted their methods and are now solely concerned with acquiring high-value targets. The most likely explanation for this behavior is that they are hostile. Intelligence gathering at least, and hostile takeover or extermination at worst. Given their technology superior, this is a worrying prospect. Investigate returned abductees. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and continue doing the energy lab. You have anything here that I would like to grab? This would be nice. Skillia Energy. 23 money a month. Economy and spoils and space mining. +2 to investigation and espionage for Mogul Broker, but that would require a significant amount of money. UN Office for Outer Space Affairs. Hey, beautiful. Ooh, thank you. I have the best wife ever. She brings me lizards. Yeah, well, I saw you go one way on the camera, but like the best wife ever. She's also super cute and beautiful. Super cute. Thank you, dear. Love you. Dictator for Hire says, hello, best wife ever. And Joe says, hi, Ayla. You want to bring Boo over here? Hi, Mr. Boo. This is Boo. Some of you will have seen him before, some of you won't. He is Wiggly. He is a munchkin. It's a Siamese flame point. He's also sharp and an asshole. A fur worm, yes. Known to attack legs, yes. He likes to bite legs. He's coming after you, Ayla. Watch out. Yes, so a cat. Yeah, but he's extra a cat. Like, He's got an actual Napoleon complex because he's extra short. Ooh, we can get this one. This one gives Steel Campaign, or Steel Project, Public Campaign, Investigation, and Espionage. Now, for you, lets you do Crackdown. You have Crackdown, you have Purge. So that would be good for both of those. But you can't use it yet. So let's go ahead and acquire this. And then we'll move it later. But this is really good, and we'll move it to Skeletor later.
We've gained significant support.
Hey, we got one of the Gulf states. That's good. We took control of the party. Bonus to purge missions against the other portion. So we can take, try and purge the security apparatus. We could try and get the servants out of the Gulf states. Honestly, the less the servants have, the better. Public opinion in Russia has dropped. Alright.
Investigating target.
Ready for my mission.
Someone go find out why that was.
Your orders?
Acknowledged. Targeting their key people.
At your service.
Your orders? Taking control.
Ready for my mission. We'll bring this nation to our side.
I was going to take over Georgia, declare war on them this turn, but I didn't, so we'll do that next turn.
I have new information.
Critical success on the servants.
We'll be ready for new orders soon.
Hi there. You have a couple of things I may try and steal from you.
There are two types of people in this world. Those who think only of home, and those who think only of leaving home. Director Khalid Alashkar, Archival Online Dating Profile.
Khalid Alashkar. Scientists around the world have gained a full understanding of outpost halves. While we've long been able to provide a few months of off-world comfort to a small handful of highly trained astronauts, the time has come to strive for something longer term, and even indefinite. Excuse me. Our newly developed first-generation outpost habitats are a product of engineering built on decades of experience in the most hostile corners of Earth, a far cry from our earliest ventures, which were exclusively designed for scientific research. This new breed of space station is built for versatility, to provide off-world homes for dozens of souls, and from more walks of life than astronauts and engineers. Aside from essential life support and power functionality, the outposts are designed with a space future in mind. Each outpost, already a marvel in its own right, is capable of being further customized, depending on each one specific mission's requirements. You can now research Mission to the Moon. But I'm going to pick that because sometimes the AI will pick Mission to Mars first, and that annoys the hell out of me when they do that. So we want to research Outpost Core. This allows us to build a small control on another world, specifically the moon, when we get there. That means we'll be able to start mining on the moon.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Targets got away.
We failed to take control.
Oh man.
We've got our people in place.
Alright, 2 of 3 of the Gulf states are ours. Alright, detain counselor. I could make this very likely. Well, not very likely. I could make it a 50-50. I could also try and sabotage a project of theirs. I'm gonna do that.
I'm going
because
in.
screw them.
On the way to the target site.
Ready.
If we tried to detain them with you rather than sabotaging your project, we could, and we succeeded on the detaining, it'd be easier for us to steal their stuff. And I do like the idea of stealing their stuff. So let's go ahead and do that.
Acknowledged.
Plus, detaining them unless they fire them immediately.
Eyes on target.
Ready for orders.
Just leaves them with a person that they're stuck having nothing, or doing nothing with for a turn.
Targeting enemy orgs.
At your service.
Ready for my mission.
Alright, go ahead and take over Saudi
Taking control.
Arabia. We can only take
Ready
1
to
point in
go.
Saudi Arabia right now, and that will immediately throw us over the cap, but I'm okay with that.
I will try to sway the public.
Ready to go.
Ready.
And
Standing by for
you
orders.
are
What's
going
the
to
up?
set national policy
On
in
my
Russia.
way to the capital.
We're going to declare war on Georgia. Sway with me, public. Sway with me. Excellent.
They got away.
Ah, they got away. At a 70% chance. Well, we tried.
Policy direction complete.
Alright, declare war Norway. No. Georgia. Hey, Dragon. Welcome back.
Here's what we found.
Investigated alien activity in the Czech Republic.
We should take care they don't attempt to penetrate our organization.
We now have multiple independent reports that returned abduction victims are spying on high-level government, military, and economic affairs. Countries are being targeted indiscriminately and without concern for political stance or alliance. None of the returned abductees had a history of espionage or political activity. With our assistance, local police had intercepted and detained several abductees in the middle of these missions. Even under harsh interrogation, they have, without exception, refused to divulge any explanation for their behavior. Their loyalty to their new masters is striking. Their ability to control their human subjects, for they're clearly behind this, is both impressive and frightening. How are they doing it? Is it some function of their advanced technology? Whatever the answers, our position appears grim. We need to learn more, and quickly. Who knows how far the aliens' influence has already spread without our knowledge? Research alien operations. We have that yet? We do not. Boo, boo, boo. Pooh's dancing all over the place.
We have got our people in place.
Alright, so you are going to take command missions. Oh, I was going to actually see if we could replace you. The evangelist that you wanted to be replaced with is missing. Standard rocketry. Okay. Looks pretty standard to me. He's trying, but he's got these little arms.
We'll see what we can find.
Heterodyne is going to jet off and go.
Where do you need me?
investigate the crashed alien ship.
Where do you need me?
We are going to try and take your
Targeting the
stuff
assets.
again.
Ready. We'll make our appeal.
Acknowledged. I will try to sway the public.
What's the op?
And we're going to try and detain you again.
We'll grab them.
Laying the groundwork.
See what happens.
Target in a secure location.
Yes. So interestingly, India has been taken over by quite a few nations very early on. Usually India takes quite a while to be taken over. United States and China, still nobody is broken into. It's really hard to break into those two. Although in one game I had, I think we counted up to 12 coups in the United States. How did you fail that hard? We have him in custody.
The people will come to our side.
We've moved the needle.
I'm trying to steal his stuff. We have him in custody, and she critically failed. Okay.
Recon complete.
All right. Even though we have him
Targeting enemy orgs.
Reporting in.
interesting. So even though we have him captured, it's not any easier to steal his stuff. That's kind of wild.
We'll turn down the heat.
Your orders? I will ensure their loyalty.
Reporting in. We'll bring them in.
At your service. Offering support. Offering assistance.
I couldn't get through to them.
We're just going to keep him
He
locked
slipped
down
away.
again. No, he got away. Okay. He got away before we were able
In
to lock him down again.
1954, the Americans built the first nuclear-powered submarine.
No, I looked for
and
them.
changed
They
the
were not
course of
available.
naval warfare. Now, it is upon us to become the creators of the first nuclear-powered spaceship. It is upon us to define warfare in space. Commander Fiona Ayawade comments to media at Churchill shipyards.
Since we discovered nuclear fission in 1938, we've used this knowledge to both give and take, to build power plants and weapons of mass destruction alike. With every passing decade, our understanding of the forces that rule the universe grew. And we were able to refine this process further. However, until now, the reactors needed to pull the gravity in order to contain the chain reaction and keep the water flowing. Until now, reactors needed the pull of gravity in order to contain the chain reaction and keep the water flowing. Without that flow, nothing happens. For fission heats water, water becomes steam, steam turns turbines, and turbines generate energy. Now, combining our new concepts for deep space propulsion with our decades of experience, we are able to stabilize the first nuclear reaction in space. With our new reactor designs, we no longer need gravity to collect the energy released by splitting atoms. Our new containment systems ensure a safe, sustained reaction in zero-G. Thanks to this achievement, our fission-powered spacecraft can now reach the darkest and furthest corners of our solar system. Nuclear reactors will power ships, weapons, and habitats, enabling us to harness countless resources far beyond our homeworld's atmosphere and meet aliens in the vast openness of space rather than bound on our own soil. Increases nuclear global fission tech by 1, buffering the world against energy crises. Alright. I'm going to give up on trying to steal from this guy. It's just not working.
Order is returning.
Trillions of dollars just sitting up there, yet still the regulators drag their heels. Maybe it's time I treated the president to another golfing weekend. Chairman Soren van Wyk leaked private correspondence.
We may feel we know our nearest neighbor well, yet our visits to it were far apart and fleeting. Our moon is a natural staging ground for missions to other worlds in the solar system, as well as containing boundless resources of its own. So it's high time we attempted longer-term habitation upon its barren surface. The rare earth metal deposits and the water housed there would be a significant benefit to both lunar colonization and orbital construction efforts, freeing us from the need to expensively and slowly transport critical resources from Earth. The moon may not seem as enticing as Mars, Venus, or beyond, but it would be foolish to squander the wondrous opportunities it presents us with. Untangling decades of international regulations concerning its exploitation, however, will be no easy matter. Now research Ad Astra. I'm going to do Deep System Skywatch. And we're going to look at space. Space! Unkakukakululu. We're actually going to zoom back in, and we're going to look at Luna. What we can do is we can go to Luna. We can send a probe to inspect Luna. That will tell us what resources are on Luna. And because we have so much boost accrued, this is a game with today's updates. Read a book. We'll be able to launch a we'll be able to claim a couple of places. Now, I need to step away for a moment, and then we'll be right back. Essie, we can in fact build a moon base. We can build a base eventually on any one of these rocks out here, including any of the asteroids. You're probably not going to, but you can. But yes, we are going to build a moon base. Oh, I know there's an that. I didn't say you can build it on all of them. I just said you can build it on any of them. Space Mountain, Fire Mountain class. And you know what they're going to do with Space Mountain? They're going to run it. All they're going to do with Space Mountain is they're going to run it right into the Earth. Just... Russia takes control of the Tbilisi region. Georgia has been welcomed. Alright, so we want to send the 8th to the Rostov Don. You are going to Moscow. And you are going to St. Petersburg. Yep. Arms purchases. How much money do you think I have at this game? At this point in the game? Kazakhstan's military planners have suggested buying some hardware from Belarus. While simple in theory, it's unknown whether the budget committee would approve of the purchase. Furthermore, even if they did approve, Belarus may not be willing to sell. We just don't have room for that right now. Gulf states want to... Iran wants to end their rivalry with the Gulf states. Okay. Oh, hey, we can get the space mining bonus. Cool, let's do that. We'll throw that on our evangelist. That's an extra 23 money per month, and it makes all of our economic investments better. Alright, Kazakhstan. September 23rd, we should be able to do unification with Russia. Meaning we'll be able to merge Kazakhstan with Russia. An economy rhymes with mommy. So, there's no other wars that I can do right now. But what I can do is I can have my Baltic states leave the Eurasian Union, or the European Union. And then I think I can have them join the Eurasian Union later.
Let's see what we can see.
Standing by. Eyes up.
Where do you need me?
Space Monopoly. If you have it all, they can't. Works for me.
Time to make our move.
I'm here. I'll speak with them.
Ready for my mission.
You know what? Let's just investigate the counselor.
Tracking target.
Maybe it'll be
On
easier to
Overwatch.
steal from him if we learn more about him.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
Surveillance complete.
He doesn't really have anything that's worth stealing.
Mission complete.
Leave Federation for Baltic states. Leave. That is what we want. Yes. Yes. Leave European Union.
Cleaning things up.
Essentially, getting them to leave the European Union is great. Having them join the Russian Federation will happen at some point. Have a good night, Cindy.
We found something.
Probe arrives. Alright, let's see what we've got on Luna. On Luna, we have an area with almost no fissile material, some metals, and some water. A good chunk of water. We've got some fissiles, which is nuclear, with also some heavy metals. Some orange. I don't remember what orange is. Orange is volatiles. And then there's one site with some noble. So what I could do is I could land 2 outposts here. I could take the chunk with the most fissiles, and I could take the chunk with that significant amount of water. And I think that is good. Because those two are the biggest factors driving space costs early on. It's met in the medium term, but it's pretty big in the early on. I figure we'll be probably the first to Mars as well. So if Mars has any fissiles, we'll be able to grab Mars's fissiles. But we're definitely grabbing the big chunk of fissiles here. But that is a huge amount of water. And that what this also ensures is that basically no one else gets water at all. One other person gets water, right? And then with my boost income, there's still a chance that I could either lock down the nobles or that other fissile material. We can invite Uzbekistan to the Federation. Excellent.
Heading to the capital.
At your service. I will ensure their loyalty.
Where to?
Where to?
At your service.
I'm here.
Standing by.
Alright, so Skeletor was right.
Ready to go.
Standing by.
I'm here.
I would like you to find out what... Where is... Oh.
Your orders?
Find out what Joe's actual loyalty is, please.
Initiating surveillance.
Ready to go. Lending my expertise.
Ready.
Well, it says that you have a loyalty of 3. 3 is not a very high loyalty. So, maybe.
We'll make our appeal.
I will help them.
I think we had a breakthrough.
We've got some intel on our target.
Actual loyalty is 11. Okay.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Policy direction complete. We'll be ready for new orders soon.
Uzbekistan is now part of the Federation. Yeah, this is super important for us to pick up here. The Scudam Technologies gives us an extra research slot. I don't think I need a challenge run. Make one comment about having to drive a Jetta. This is also a really good, like, an extra monthly boost of 1.25. Like, that's also really hecking good. I'm gonna take the boost and then hope that this is still here.
We'll make things safe.
Ready. Going silent.
Where do you need me? Initiating recon.
I'm here. Hunkering down.
Eyes up.
Is Russia not defended anymore? Oh. Alright. I should fix that.
Initiating surveillance.
It was defended.
Evading pursuit.
Surveilling target area.
With each passing day, humanity shatters the boundaries of the possible. It is our certain destiny to move mountains at the touch of a button. We need only the will to do so. And your generous investment, of course.
And your generous
Soren van
investment,
Rijk,
of course.
Opening remarks during Western Armory's annual earnings call.
To meet the alien arrival in kind, we require a paradigm shift in our own technology. We must reach the stars, both so that they can become stage and ground for advancement and defense of humanity, and so we can tap their remarkable resources for ourselves. In addition, to counter the advanced weapons our rivals might wield against us, we require bleeding-edge armaments of our own. Our scientists believe the best way forward is via magnetics, on a hitherto unprecedented scale. Their tests have successfully demonstrated that precise sequential firing a row of powerful electromagnetics can grant incredible acceleration to moving an object. In time, they believe we'll be able to apply this to handheld projectiles, to rapidly catapult resources from deep space to our facilities, or to build spacecraft capable of boosting their own propulsion to reach once impossible speeds. Furthermore, they theorize that a powerful magnetic field may be used to contain new and unstable forms of energy. These latest advancements are but a gateway to a brighter future. We cannot yet wholly dispense with ways of old propulsion, transport, and containment, but certainly a reality where we can dramatically augment them with magnetic force is within reach. Oh, did they choose Mission to Mars? Yes, they did.
Violence is abating.
How could one so young, coddled as you are by the modern world, begin to understand what war is? I did what had to be done. Closing your eyes and wishing the monster away only makes you an easier meal. Colonel Hans Castillo, during a war crimes trial.
during Operation Condor. Living with the certainty that we are not alone requires that we change from observing the cold worlds of our outer solar system, when it suits some scientific purpose, to actively monitoring them as an intelligence-gathering operation, like sentinels on the watchtower. With Earth and space stations constantly in motion, doing so requires an integrated network of sensors and analysts ready to investigate whether a transient blip is a small and simple chunk of nickel and iron on a grand journey, or an alien spacecraft. This completely screws the Academy. The Academy's whole deal is they're like, well, the aliens are probably peaceful. It's probably fine. And as soon as you do this, Earth goes, holy crap. Uh-huh. Lasers sound fun. Like, a third of all of the Academy's holdings become cracked down, simulating riots in the Academy's holdings. Oh, it's a half? Okay. Shows you what I know. Oh, hey, the technology is still available. Cool. That is going to let us pick up a second engineering project. And I can now launch another probe, or I can now claim another thing on Luna if I want to. And I just missed Luna. No one else has claimed a site on Luna, so I'm going to claim that other Mare Imbrium. Basically, I mean, the only thing that would give me would be the fissiles. Is that worth it? I mean, it doesn't even give metals. I feel like grabbing the nobles would be more worth it, because that would give me volatiles, metals, and nobles. Well, alright, we'll go for it. I mean, the worst that happens is that I'm out 9 boost right now. The IMF is available. I need 5 more influence, and I could pick up the IMF. That's huge. The IMF grants 8 administration. Plus a bunch of bonuses. So we'll be able to grab that in like 3 days. But that would mean I'd have to go another turn without securing Russia. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit.
What's the op? Headed there now.
Like, the IMF
Ready
is pretty
for
big.
orders.
Ready for orders.
Ready to go. Surveilling target area.
Ready for my mission.
I feel like just cracking down on someone just to do it.
Turning up the heat.
Reporting in. Making our case.
Ready for orders. Gear up.
Initiating recon.
Alright, we can pick up the IMF now. And hostile takeover. The only person with hostile takeover is Joe. So they get the IMF. It's a huge pickup. First lunar base founded. Plus 200 science. With Earth shining behind them like a sapphire against the black sky, astronauts began the process of assembling the first shelters for the lunar base, prompted by mission control to say something spacesuited. The spacesuited commander turns the camera, her face obscured. This time, we're here to stay. I don't actually have anything to build. Don't know what this is up here. I could build a solar collector, which I will do. But I'll need some boost to do that, probably. I'd need 6 boost to do that. But the most important thing for up here is mining, and I can't mine yet. We don't have the tech for it. I don't think we've even done the research for it. Oh my god, there are so many lines. Space mining and refining, so we need mass drivers. Which I will pick after we finish biotechnology. Somebody decided to pick lasers, because lasers sounded cool. They have not come in peace. Images of obvious alien military ships and structures in the solar system have dashed hopes for worldwide peace. Many who wish to seek an avenue of cooperation with aliens are changing their views in light of some of the first hard facts about their arrival. Half of the control points belonging to the Academy will suffer crackdown. The Academy suffers massive loss in public opinion. All nations move. Cohesiveness moves one value towards the extreme. They have not come in peace. Russia is very hegemonic right now. Very cohesive. Not very good at research.
We are winning their hearts and minds.
Brazil has had an alien crash on it.
Then they can clean or cook or restock supplies. If they're eating my food, sleeping in my beds, and using my latrines, they'll damn well have to work for it. Chairman Soren van Wyk, during labor negotiations regarding diamond miners' families.
Biotechnology involves modification and implementation of living organisms in the name of improving the human experience. Though the terminology is relatively new, the field itself has existed as long as humans have relied on agriculture and animal domestication. The earliest forms of biotechnology includes crossbreeding and artificial selection, and it has since come to encompass medicine, textiles, and fuels. Modern biotech makes changes on a cellular level and even molecular level, but with the same key intent, improving Mother Nature and bending her further to humanity's will. In the face of challenges and opportunities posed by the alien arrival, we must push the boundaries of biotech further than ever before. Our latest breakthroughs enable us to create new, refined, and refine new life forms intended to meet humanity's ever-growing need for food and fuel, to fight diseases and ease suffering, and to restore our planet's health. Naturally, the potential applications for warfare are also a consideration. Alright, mass drivers, and we're going to throw everything we have into it. That's 6 research a day from us. Figures it'll be done at the end of the year if no one else contributes anything.
We've neutralized their key people.
Hey, we cracked down the Gulf states. It's a critical success. We rolled a 0. On a D100, we rolled a 0. Someone's cheating, dictator.
The LZ is secure.
They're cracked down for like 6 months.
Here's what we found.
American Mafia. A. Why can't you pick up the American Mafia? Oh, I don't have enough ops to do that. Oh. Oh no. I thought I had more ops than that. It's going to take me a full year to pick that up. Oh no. Fair enough. Now this one, the Federal Security Service, would be great if it wasn't more than my whole budget a month. Alright, can Finland leave the EU? It can. I think it is time for Finland to leave the EU. What? Holding on to Finland doesn't actually do us a whole lot of good, but it did allow us to pull it out of the EU, which I'm fine with.
On my way to the capital.
Standing by for orders.
And the fact that no one has been able to consolidate anything in the EU has also makes me happy.
Setting a watch.
At your service.
Ready to go.
Where to?
Your orders. I will tell our story.
Standing by for orders. I will try to sway the public.
At your service. Targeting the opposition.
Making things safe for our people.
Okay, we've locked down Russia again. Unhelpfully, domestic law enforcement tends to close investigations once the apparent abductees return, and thus it's fallen to our local operatives to follow up on the many rumors of erratic and aberrant behavior amongst the reappeared. Concerningly, their investigations and interviews strongly corroborate these reports, and indeed suggest the true purpose of alien abductions is something other than research and experimentation. We have some new understanding on alien activities, and how humans may resist them.
This appears to be some kind of hostile takeover effort on the part of the aliens.
We have a breakthrough, and the news is troubling. The countries previously targeted by the alien abductions are now displaying sudden and dramatic shift towards a pro-alien viewpoint, with key figures in public and private spheres disappearing or being fired while pro-alien figures take their place. Most disturbing are the cases where the figures are not being replaced, but instead are undergoing what can only be described as a total shift in personality. Public figures who in the past have advocated for nationalism, independence, or other ideologies are now suddenly declaring fervent support for the aliens. In several cases, figures who were or were sympathetic to our cause have undergone this sudden shift. In all cases, they cut off communication immediately and refuse to answer our request for information. It is clear that the aliens have some method of influencing or controlling humans that is beyond anything available to us. By our current projections, if they are left to expand their influence unchecked, they will be able to dominate Earth in a few years at most. The alien method of influence is key to this conflict, and all of our resources should be devoted towards understanding it. Means to an end. Alright, now it is closing in on midnight, and I'm going to call the stream there. So I'm having trouble processing what I'm supposed to do anymore. So I'm going to call it there. Folks, I want to say thank you for hanging out with us while we played some Terra Invicta, slowly but surely expanding our influence over Russia and the Baltic states. Soon we will be inviting Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Belarus to formally join in the Eurasian Union as one full country. We've also landed on the moon and declared it property of Russia. And that will do it for tonight. From me to you, have an excellent evening. I appreciate you. I want you to stay safe, take care as always, and have a good evening. Sorry, I'm just like, I just hit that wall. Just like, wall. Essie, Dictator for Hire, Joe, property of Buistan. There we go. Have a good evening. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. Should be streaming tomorrow night. Don't know if it'll be XCOM or more Terra Invicta. We'll see you then. Appreciate you all. Have a good evening. Save. Hexploit save. Yes. How is the file name you gave me an invalid file name? What?